Khyo TCK, the founder and director of Brillante Piano Festival, the only multi-genre piano festival in the world. I come from the city of Kohima, which is in Nagaland, and we are so happy to share with you about what we do here during our festivals. Brillante is a one-of-a-kind, spectacular and vibrant piano festival that is defined by really fine piano music, creative engagements that are community-focused with relevant and exciting programs for musicians and all music lovers. Our purpose is driven by our unshakable belief in the transformative power of music. We believe that we are more than just creators and curators of musical experiences. We are catalysts, initiating, impacting, and influencing pathways for musicians and the youth everywhere we go. Brillante was actually birthed out of a response to a real need in my community in Nagaland. And it first had its first edition in 2017. The music scenario in India and Nagaland at that time was not where it is today at this time, with the explosion of so many experiments, whether in the performance sector or education or otherwise. And so at that time there was a real need for a creative space in our community for musicians to have an expression. The festival came about and it was curated to simply meet the needs of our community in performance, in some sort of education, and also to create a buzz in the community for piano. I think our stories make more sense looking backwards. And 2017 to where 2023 with the fourth edition, I think Brillante has actually gone on a wonderful journey of just what was a local community piano festival. It began to support that community, and however, by the second edition, it just grew. So the growth was very organic, and the strength of Brillante is in the purity of our intention in curating creative engagements to be a source of social development in whatever communities we are. And so somehow that has been the drawing force for people to join in from all over. And so by 2019, we grew to becoming a pan-India movement, and the subsequent editions became, a participation number from different countries and people from all over. And so what we are now is a wonderful expression of how something that has been created, of course, very locally in a very small community, but because the vision has been so strong, it has just grown. So in 2017, we began with just 3 featured artists, about 5 pedagogy specialists, and 114 competitors. And that's how it began. But in 2023 now, in our 4th edition, altogether we've had, about representatives from 12 states in India, 10 countries, and about 30 pedagogy specialists and thousands of participants. And so as far as our collaboratives, whether it's institutional or foundations or government sectors or otherwise, our artists from all over, it has just been a community that is growing and believing in impacting the world through creative art forms that are not just there for time pass or entertainment, but for a very intentional and deliberate thought in influencing, let's just say, leadership tables in education, in policy making, about the value and existence of art forms and the need for it in our curriculum systems. There are 3 hallmark features of Brillante Piano Festival. The first is performance, which categorizes and our concerts and showcases. Then we have a pedagogy segment, which is basically the workshops and the interactions, the real life transfer of knowledge that takes place from artists to students and all those platforms that we provide. And then the competition. So we are a jazz and Western classical piano competition festival as well, where we have categories for junior, seniors, and such people to be participating in a national wide platform. And we do also mix a lot of novelty items within the competition and within the festival as well. So if you come to the festival, first you'll have to fly into our airport in Dimapur and really enjoy your ride up to the mountains and the fresh air and just the whole nature that is going to just embrace you as you enter our state of Nagaland. When you enter the hall, there are lots of colorful banners or different things, to grab your eyes, and just information about the festival, creative spaces for artists who also come and join the festival, since it is an artistic community. We have installation arts. We have a great creative head. And so, with her own team, and they actually put up really original artworks all over the place. Every year there is a new concept to what we do, from the creatives to how it's going to be looking on stage. And you also get to meet with people who fly in from all over the world, and our artists, participants. And it's just a wonderful mix of communities and societies and integration of what it should be like. So we have competitions during the daytime, and that is an exciting part. As you know what competitions are like. They're exciting, they're nerve-wracking, and they're also so beautiful and inspiring as well. Evening segments are the featured concerts, where we have artists that travel from different parts of the world, really stellar performances by renowned artists from all over India, our state, and the world as well. And those concerts are just mind-blowing, I would say. I guess I've been playing piano since I was 10 years old. And after finishing my grade 8, I went off to the US and finished my bachelor's of piano performance in Biola Conservatory of Music in California. I'm really passionate about teaching, and I've been involved in music education in professional positions in the US, Singapore, Laos, and India. I have had experiences in many different countries as well. And being home-based, coming back to India, I've been involved obviously with a lot of organizations that deal with education, whether it's in the government or private organizations. I'm also a part of Trinity College of London, and being a representative since 2008, and also as part of the academic support team for India. I also am part of International Delphi Council as a commission member for music and performing arts, and the president of Nagaland Piano Teachers Association, and the director of Music Academy Kohima as well. It has been an interesting life. You just grow up in an environment where you're initiating and doing new things. Then that I didn't, of course, take a course in event management, but I'm generally very organized. I'm also creative. The other aspect is I know how to put a team together. I think that helps. Then and then those are the specialists that come in from that team, and we work together. So besides education, and besides being a really good observer and being assisting people in different capacities in college, in school, I had mentors, and so those were the ways in which I really learned along the way, and that process helped me get this festival going. The people are really friendly. I have an amazing team. I think the heart of Brillante is not all the things that we do, but the passion that is carried by my amazing team, some of whom have been with us since the beginning, 2017. And I've known them since before 2017, really passionate and mad people, lovers of, serving community through all the things that they do in the areas of music, and possibly in our community church as well. And so they are the real hearts. They go and beyond their scope of requirements in every area, and these are the volunteers that come in and carry the process of the festival throughout the entire time. The Piano Festival is also a festival, and so we have all the regular things that go into making a festival, whether it's the planning aspect, the communication, a really strong support team that coordinates the entire festival. Then we have events, basically all the regular logistics of transport and schedules and hospitality, as well as communications, media, and the whole gamut of setups, the venue. These are the things that go into, I think, planning any event, and especially a major one at that goes on for 3 days. So we do have all those components that make it a logistical challenge at times. Our story is unique. There's a statement that says, vision provides provision. We have been, in existence, and we are continuing to grow and attract that provision because of our vision. And whether it be in collaboratives or sponsorships or partnerships, well-wishers coming in, or personal contributions in kind through time, energy, resources, all these are a collection of people and sponsors or organizations who have come in because they have believed in the vision of what we are and why we exist and the value that we add to the space in the world. And so I think that's the easiest way I can sum it up. So that is the way we've been going on from 2017. Of course, if I were to mention the top 3, it would be our state government, who is also a very, very strong supporter of the arts and music. And so they've been also with supporting Brillante from 2017, from the very beginning. Furtado's Music India has always been there. Anthony Gomes has been a great support and an encourager from the beginning. And the third would be Yamaha Music India, who have always been part of our personal journey as well. Our ticket sales and maybe our registrations and all will cover about 10 to 20% because they're really, really subsidized. And the objective is to make it available for our community. And so 80% is covered through the funding, the sponsorship in kind or in finance. The SAM program just came about through the initiation of the community, the specially abled musicians. In our previous edition, which was in 2021, right after COVID, it was online and international as well. During that time, there was a lot of inquiries by musicians who also wanted to participate. But at that time, we were not prepared to give them a space within the festival. Actually, came into being in 2023, it was because it left a mark in our hearts that we needed to create that space for them. Really, how can I even add value and compare between the performers? I think they were all just so honest and beautiful and so moving in their own ways, because the performers had all struggled with maybe sight disability or motor skill disability, and yet they came forward to share platform as equals with everyone, with the most professional musicians who were there, getting to know them in person, their struggles, and just championing how brave they were to fly on their own. Another person, Rhythm, he came all the way from Guwahati on his own. He did not have an accompaniment with him. He was born blind, and just the way in which he was so independent, and the way in which he just championed the community so well. And so that was just mind-blowing and so wonderful and really admirable and inspiring as well. I think the organizing part is one of the best ones because things evolve very organically. I just don't think, oh, this thing's good and this is good for commercials. I don't work like that. I need someone else to work on that aspect. But I sort of sense and feel, and it's a very philosophical way of sensing what is needed. You know, I see signs in the seasons of the world and things that happen to me, or certain things that are actually speaking to me, my thoughts, my imagination, my spirit as well. You know, in a soul manner, I'm always in an absorption type of phase, looking for things to be inspired by, and where things are really pulling the festival too. That's the part I love. I love meeting all the young artists that come. I think that's one of the most fun part and the most inspiring and encouraging part, the young artists who come in the competition or in the showcases. And of course, again, meeting the musicians, the professionals who come with so much of depth and experience and personal journey of carrying an art form throughout their life. I think those are the moments where there's so much of gems that we learn from. And a new place, when we go to a new venue, there are different things. And so it's such a wonderful experience to journey with. And I'm really, really grateful for that. Our timings are generally towards September, October. If we go out of the state of Nagaland, and during that time, it can be in a particular time that fits the venue and the organizers or whoever we're collaborating with. Last time we had it in December at Cyber Hub, Gurgaon. We are really looking forward to our next edition, which is going to be in Bangalore this September, towards the end of September. So please, we want to just see as many participation as possible. My desire through Brillante is that as we visit communities in different parts of India, and as we have the participation, and the support of institutes or different organizations or just people from the streets. When we have our street music events, we've been having that ever since 2021 as well. There is such a new organic thing that takes place where people are just impacted. I think that impact is very important, where music is felt in the heart more than just knowledge. And with knowledge, again, there is a greater level that it can transport and take us to, where the passion, those three things, the heart, the mind, and the passion comes together to make this world a better place. And it definitely does that. When I say the transformative power of music, I believe in that. Our community in Nagaland has been transformed by music in so many ways than we would even give credit to, because we are a community that is just singing and who sings in pitch. You just find people in the street and you tell them to sing, they can sing in pitch and sing in parts. Where did that come from? That awareness of sound, the awareness of pitching and harmony. And I think that also brings about a level of thinking where our executive functions of mental abilities also come in, and there is so many things. And so if we add that and see the value and create space for what music can do, we will have better citizens in India as well and around the world.